Are you a male in your teens or 20s who has trouble with police even when you're not doing anything wrong? Well, statistics show that getting a police ticket is easily a male-dominated sport. And that's not a sport you'd like to do well in. Unless you're a member of Bull Run, of course. But what if you have the need for speed and you don't have the bank account to support you for tickets that you're going to receive? Then you, my friend, needs to fly under the radar. And I'm going to show you how to do so. Welcome to MIG TV. I'm your host, Miguel Best, and let's do this. Bright colored cars, as tempting as they are, don't do it. Almost never will you ever see a man your age behind the wheel of a Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche, or Lotus, or any other high caliber car. Owners of those cars that come with the highlighted, brilliant factory colors can afford the tickets that will follow. The trick is to do your research. There are many cars on the market today that understand that cover is as important as performance. 70% of the Mercedes you'll see out on the road today are grey, black, or white, sporting body styles that aren't extremely vulgar like the Lamborghini Aventador, yet still outperforming your average car with a horsepower count upwards of 500. Most people our age, like myself, can't afford Mercedes, so what else is there? A friend and I got together to come up with a list to show you guys what is out there that is capable of high speeds, lots of performance, and won't get as much police attention. Cars like the Audi S and RS series primarily focus on enhanced sport and performance with their all-wheel drive quattro system, and with an engine range of 4-cylinder turbocharged or 6-cylinder turbocharged, producing anywhere between 268 brake horsepower up to 512. Next we have the Toyota 86, which is the platform for the better known Subaru BRZ and the Scion FRS. Known for its lightweight 2-liter boxer engine, which hosts a small 200 brake horsepower, but is quickly changing the game as it has an easy setup for modification, which has resulted in 400 brake horsepower. The Lexus IS, an entry-level sports car featuring performance and luxury in one package. The IS comes with an option of a high-power V6 or a Super V8, creating horsepower from 207 through to 417. The M Series to BMW is the same as AMG to Mercedes. It was made to facilitate BMW's racing program. The M Series has quickly changed the game not only for BMW, but for the race world, with the market engine range of V6, V8, and V10, creating 375 to 507 brake horsepower. Cadillac CTS-V, holding under the hood a huge sport-tuned Corvette V8 engine. 0 to 60 in a nasty 4.6 seconds, with a top speed of 163 miles per hour, running a Nürburgring of 8 minutes and 19 seconds, which is faster than Jeremy Clarkson, as he used a Jaguar S-Type V8 diesel and only rang up a top time of 10 minutes and 23 seconds. Now the next and last 3 cars I'm going to tell you about have always been in competition with each other with the World Rally Championships. They are all performance-tuned machines that originally started with a base model that's on the market today. Next we have the VW Golf GTI, originally the VW Golf. Depending on the engine, turbocharged, 2-liter or 6.4-liter, the brake horsepower varies, but can get up as high as 217. Now you may be thinking that's not very much. That's kind of like the Subaru BRZ and Scion FRS. But the power to weight ratio is chaotic. It's like taking the fastest man in the world, Usain Bolt, and supercharging him. He just doesn't need it. He's already the best in his class. Next we have the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder rocket on rails. This NASA wannabe creation doesn't put up with anything. It was built for the harsh bush and the open road, with an off-the-line time of 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. So now let's think about the McLaren MP4-12C. Although it's more expensive and 10 times more powerful, its off-the-line time from 0 to 60 is 4.6 seconds. And that's a hard time to beat for any car underneath $120,000. $60,000 Mitsubishi Evo, creating 291 brake horsepower, 300 pound-feet of torque, with a harsh top speed of 146 miles per hour. The Lancer Revolution, truly the top of the line, the best in its class. It's got the huge heights of power, the looks, the aggression, the don't stop me for anything type of attitude, and the police won't think of you over anybody else. It's perfect. It's the one to get. Or is it? Now you're probably asking yourself, hey Miguel, why aren't you showing a picture of the car on the screen? I mean, we've all been waiting this whole video to see what's the best car you can get to not get police attention. Simply put, why would I show you a picture when there's one right in my driveway?
Like the Evolution, the STI has a turbo, but they upgraded and gave it a bigger turbo in 2002, which now gives the STI 300 PS of boost. The Japanese version comes with a twin turbo, producing 270 PS of boost. Not that different. Also, the Japanese have the front end and the option of front wheel or all-wheel. The STI has a symmetrical all-wheel drive system sold specifically for the North American market. The driver also gets to adjust the amount of torque which selects the differential to use or to lock. Although the car doesn't look as low profile as you would like it to be, it is still not as extreme as a supercar and really doesn't attract a lot of attention. I have never been followed by police with it and don't get bothered on the highways either, by making this one of the top cars to get for speed, power, and aggression, and still without the drawbacks of law enforcement.
Now we've seen that this car excels greatly on tarmac. But how does it do on the dirt? It's a whole nother world for it. You see, this car, not only is it amazing on tarmac and on dirt, but it's very well equipped for one of those. Which one is it, you might ask? You might say, well, it needs the torque, it needs the grip and the acceleration for the tarmac. But where this car was born was in the world of rally. So let's give you a scenario. You're in a rally, you need to go fast, and you need to put all the power to your wheels. So it gives you the option. It says, do you need to go around corners quickly, or do you just need to go in a fairly straight line? And as we all know, with rallies, you don't really have a quarter-mile type race. Straight drag strip. But with different circumstances, you never know what you need. So they give you the option. And as I will show you soon, you can adjust your power so you have full engine torque, or you have full engine torque to the rear wheels. It never ever gets out of all-wheel drive, but it'll become 80-20 is what we call it. So if you lock it in the down position, you'll have 80% of your power and torque in the rear wheels. If you lock it in the full upward position, you'll have full torque and full engine capacity right at your toes. When you push that throttle, you're getting every single amount possible from that engine. Now when I'm driving just daily, I'll have it in manual. It's called DCCD, Driver Control Center Differential Manual. So what happens is, as I drive, it automatically adjusts to the way I am driving. So if I have an attitude and I am flying down the road and I go to pass somebody and I drop gears and I let it go, I put it right to the floor and let the turbo spin, it'll adjust and it'll put it into full torque because it knows that I'm not doing any big corners. It just knows I need to get somewhere and get somewhere fast. And that is what makes an STI. Now let me turn the car on and show you how to adjust the DCCD. Now the DCCD is in manual. That's what I leave it for when I drive. If I switch it out of manual, I can adjust with this little knob here. If I go up, it creates more power. If I put it in the lock position, right there, it has full power to everything, to all the wheels. If I pull it out of lock and go all the way down, it'll put all my power to the rear wheels. I'll show you what it does on the dash. Put it all the way up to the top and put it in manual. So right now it says DCCD in manual. If you can see that between the heat gauges and the gas gauge. Right now I'm going to flick it out of automatic manual, and as you can see that it has torque. So this is what I'm driving on right now, is what the car is adjusted to for my daily driving. Let me just get, so I'm going to flip this up and I'm going to lock it in full lock mode. So as I said before, this gives me full power to the rear, to the wheels, all of them in a full all-wheel drive, and that's the maximum potential I can get out of this vehicle, which is insane. I'm going to drop it down. So this is my daily driver. I have lots of power, but it's not everything. Down one more and it's less. Down one more, it's less. Sorry about that. And this one now is in the back wheels, 80% in the back and 20 in the front. But it's not full potential, so I can adjust this, all of these, while I'm driving. But I cannot pull it in and lock, like so, or up to the top and lock. I cannot do that while I'm driving. So now I'll put it in full rear wheel, so it's 80% in the back and 20 in the front with full torque and power. Now unfortunately, I can't show you anymore, seeing as on the tarmac we had a closed road, but on the gravel we didn't. So now it's up to you. You can have some fun with it on your own time, on your own road, legal. And what's not unfortunate about that is the price of the car. You see, brand new, these cars go for just over 60 grand, which is quite a dent in the average worker's wallet. What did I get this for? Well, I bought mine used, actually, for just under 30 grand. That dropped in half. This is a 2007 and this is 2013. In my mind, this was the best year. That's why I wanted it. Also, it had more power than pretty well anything else on the road for the price. So I said to myself, I'm going to get it. What are you going to do? Seeing as we've looked at some other cars and we've judged them, and sure, they're fast, they're great, but nothing is as good all around as a Subaru Impreza WRX STI. Thanks for watching. See you soon.